Well, they're going to be doing a video run through. This is meant to be accompanied by a written guide and covering some specific starting setups that you can get. And I think you have a strong chance of winning no matter what you get over the course of the run. So for this one, it is the Void Monster. So the key unit here is going to be the Monstrous Penumbra. He has trample, so he can kill everything. So if his attack value is high enough, then you don't need anything else. And the key card that you can start with is Void Binding. And so what this does is gives you both offensive scaling with the 6 rage and defensive scaling with the 2 damage shields, which given that you play enough of them will be enough to deal with all of the things you need to deal with. So to cover some of the weaknesses of this, I think it's less of an auto wound than some of the others in the written guide, which I will link in the description. So let me jump into it. I'm going to be doing Penumbra, obviously. In the secondary clan, really doesn't matter. The key cards are all in the primary clan. There are some ones that make it a little easier, like Queen's Implings. You know, if you play them, they're out of your deck, which means you draw more Void Bindings. They of course cost Ember, so they're not quite as good as Dregs for that purpose. But I'm just gonna go with Awoken. I like having some 0 cost root seeds. Give me a little more draw, and a little tiny bit of damage. So let's go. I'm gonna reset until I get that combination. Okay, here we go. We started off with Void Binding, which is great. Patient is probably the strongest option as far as the version of Seraph to face. And we're looking at Fel is perfectly fine. Scourge Fel is probably the worst. Let's see if we actually get Monstrous. I should always check that first, and we did. So off to a great start. Light's Gift. Sure, that preserves all of our damage shields. Means sharpens don't do anything, but we'll probably cut those anyway. And let's go. Sure. Hopefully we get a couple Mind Collapses. Now Mind Collapses are a nice kind of supplement because it's a way to generate Ember. I don't think I want to get Ember drained yet. Gonna be able to kill all of these waves easily. No collector makes me sad. I mean, this is pretty good trial slash set of waves. I don't want to be Ember trained versus this boss because that means some fire damage. I guess we could do it here for 1 extra damage versus the boss. And we're good. So really just being carried by Light's Gift here, but that's fine. Another Void Binding is great. We're gonna want to basically play 5 or 6 Void Bindings a turn if we can. We might keep Mind Collapse, but Space Prism is actually iffy, right? Because we'd have to draw it in turn 1 in order to have it help us. So I'm gonna skip it because it's because of Light's Gift. I'm probably gonna just take Capacity twice because of how important or how powerful that is. So we go to the spell shop. We're not gonna mess around here. Just get a free Void Bindings. Did I not draft that extra Void Binding? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't click it. That was a mistake. So we're gonna remove this other mine collapse. I just put 10 magic power on it now to kind of help us out in the meantime. Oh, I know what happened. So I was considering taking the Space Prism instead of Void Binding, but I should have just taken Void Binding. These guys don't do much damage. I really don't like all this junk. I'm gonna get it anyway, though. There we go. We really just want Void Bindings. Guess let's check over here. We could get some fire health, but I don't think we need it. Hold over here is interesting. This damage shield on the bomb means we're actually going to eat it a bit. Pretty simple, just play Void Bindings, and there we go. Okay, Trample obviously not necessary. Woken Rail Spike is not gonna do much, and really the only thing we kind of want is to take Furnace Tap. Yep. So duplicating Void Binding is pretty big priority. We have it on holdover now, so removals aren't as big of a priority. And because of Light's Gift, specifically, I think taking Capacity twice makes the most sense. Oh man, these guys are so annoying. So Blight Givers are kind of the annoying for many decks, but for this deck, really annoying. So the problem with this, actually, this isn't bad. We could put give one of our Void Bindings double stack. I think no, we couldn't. There's no way to play it. So I think we just skip it. There are situations where it could come up, but I don't think we need to. And this is irrelevant. This is unlikely to be relevant, and this is irrelevant. So we'll skip. And this is a way to generate Ember, but we're not guaranteed any more Blight Givers. Okay, let's just get some artifacts. Wing Steel is great. since we want to take capacity twice, we want to be able to remove cards, or play more cards a turn. I think getting a root seeds in there is good, and remove shade splitters. So hopefully we can get enough damage. We're going to need a lot of void bindings to get enough damage, though. Actually think I want to use that on the back guy. How are we doing here? We are doing enough damage. Excellent. Start working on this guy, I guess. Now, I do feel like I have Light's Gift is helping a lot. I don't think it's required at all, though. Nope, we're not going to get any stings, and none of these are relevant. Okay. We want more void bindings. Sure, we'll take a couple extra damage shields. Why not? Duplicate the void binding. And it's unlikely to be useful, but if we happen to draw it before we draw our first void binding, we get some money, so sure. Or on the same turn as the Mind Collapse. Not this time. Aw, I guess I should have just consumed it. How we doing? Just get out of there. It was worth a chance. With 48 damage shields, we're going to be okay. Wretch doesn't do anything. None of those do anything. We're going to take capacity just to get full advantage of Light's Gift. And we don't need to upgrade any spells, really. We could upgrade a Root Seeds, but I'd rather just remove a couple Shade Splitters. Free. These are not good. And monstrous. Sure. You want me to remove a card? I'll remove a Shade Splitter. So now my only dead weights are 3 Trained Stewards and yeah, sure. We take 30 fire damage, maybe. Now it's down to 20. We don't get the collector though. Oh, we do, we do. Okay, how we doing? Guess we might as well kill one of these so we save us a damage shield. Same logic. I think we're gonna be just fine. Yep. Okay, none of these, I mean, we don't need Ember, so these are distractions. Nope. Okay, so dupe, yeah. So we can't get free root seeds now, but I think the dupe is good. We'll dupe this, we'll remove the 2 root seeds that I can't discount. None of these are relevant. None of these are relevant, so let's remove Train Steward, root seeds. The idea is we can still play out, I guess. How many cards do I actually have? I probably cut too many cards. We can still play out these Train Stewards because the Mind Collapses will let us do it sometimes. Yeah, so glad I went capacity twice, because I think having like basically an extra 4 damage shields a turn is definitely worth it. Alright, here we go. I'm not really talking much. The strategy is really simple. I mean, I don't even need to do anything. This does 3 damage to the boss. I should have just played it on the boss. I think we might win. With 67 damage shields. Yeah, this is very consistent. Now, I will say that versus the Chased, it's a little trickier because you don't have Rage. So that's why you want to look for Furnace Tap, or even One Horn's Tome if you're offered it. That's a little scarier, but if you have Holdover, Damage Shield is fine. Yeah, so there we go. Very simple run. I did it with Awoken Root Seeds because Root Seeds are fine, but the classic speedrunning strategy is doing it with Melting Remnant because the dregs just remove themselves from your deck. The same would work with the imps, except they cost Ember, so it's a little harder unless you have Forever Flame or something. But yeah, Void Bindings do everything you need to do. They defend you and they make you do damage to everything because of trample. So hope you enjoyed the video, hopefully it was helpful, and I will see you next time.